It's officially the end of Q1 for 2023. This is wild to me. I don't know where the time has gone or why it's flying by so fast, but it is. Cleveland market is pretty hot, tons of reasons to invest here, and we're gonna go over a couple of those. So let's talk a little bit about what's happening in the Cleveland market. One of the biggest reasons that investors come to Cleveland and what makes it such a hot market to invest in, I'm sure you know that Zillow rated us a #2 housing market, is because of the cash flow. You're not gonna get appreciation here like you would in some other places, but for the entry point of purchase compared to the rents you can get, the cash flow is phenomenal here. I can prove that Cleveland is for cash flow because the national standard price per door is around $258,000 a door. Cleveland's is $88,000. Think of how much more cash flow you can have and how much more your money can make you with a price point that is significantly 2 to 3 times less than the national average. That is huge for your numbers, huge for your returns, and huge for the overall money you can put in your pocket. Another reason you should be investing in Cleveland and why I can prove to you that the market is so strong is that in fourth quarter, our cap rate was 7.4. In this quarter, we're up to 7.5, which is not really a change at all, but the national average is 5%. That means we are 2.5% higher, 2.5% more money you're going to put in your pocket just by investing here. And what I can tell you, based on what I've seen, is 7.5 even seems a little bit low. I know most investors are looking for deals around the 8%, maybe up to the 10%. I actually have a 21 door portfolio right now at a 16% return. Huge numbers that you can get here compared to the rest of the country. There's a ton of reasons that contribute to that, with one of the most being the medical industry here. Obviously, we've got Cleveland Clinic, but we also have UH. UH actually just announced that they are expanding the Ahuja Center, which is gonna provide another 1,000 jobs. And then you have Cleveland Clinic, who just got a 15-year job creation tax credit because they're gonna bring in over, I think, another 1,000 jobs for like research and all of that. So really, really big things happening in the medical and biomedical industries in Cleveland, which is creating job growth and therefore creating some population growth as well. We're actually ranked 3rd for biomedical in the US, which is crazy to me. I mean, I know that a lot of my colleagues' short-term rentals book out for months, even years sometimes, because of nurses and doctors and residents traveling to our area for the medical industry, but to hear that we're ranked 3rd is pretty wild. But it's also really exciting. One of the biggest things you should know about Cleveland sales right now, especially compared to the fourth quarter of 2022, is just how strong the market is. We had 141 million in sales, which put us in the record-breaking fourth quarter for us, and it's about 16% above the national average. So huge, huge numbers coming out of the last quarter as far as sales are concerned. Vacancy rates are staying about the same. They're right around that 6%, 6.4%. So not a ton of changes happening there. But something else you should note is that our price per door, and if you're from Cleveland, this number is going to shock you. According to CoStar right now, the average price per door is $1,100 a month in rent. I'll tell you, I was born and raised here. I sell a lot of properties here, and there's not a lot that goes for 4 digits. Certain areas, of course, but overall, you're probably looking at around a $750, $900 price point is what I would say would be the average. But because the rental market is so strong here, because the rents are continuously increasing, we've gone up $100 a door since the last quarter. This is mind-blowing to me, guys. I know that we've got strong rents. I know that our rental market is ridiculously hot right now. I tell most of my investors to list their rental properties for at least $100 more than they would hope to get, because you're able to get that right now with the way inflation and everything else is happening. So super strong rental market, super strong rental growth. And if you think about it, if $88 a door is your price point and $1,100 a month is the average, that's a no-brainer, especially once you start getting into duplexes and triplexes and other multifamily deals. It's a win, guys. The biggest downfall right now, and it's kind of happening everywhere in the country, is just inventory. We had about 258,000 doors for sale last quarter, and we're down to 140 or so. That's a pretty big drop. So what that means is that it's getting harder to find deals. It means that the cap rates and everything are going to adjust accordingly to that. But to my sellers, now is a really great time to sell because the buyers are looking, they're hungry, they're willing to pay these higher cap rates as long as the property makes sense, of course. But everyone is taking note that Cleveland is the place to invest. The biggest thing is that our job growth is really, really growing, and that is bringing more people to our area. So more and more Starbucks are gonna pop up because we all know that's how most people invest. And that's all I have for you guys today. My name is Erin Thomas. I produce content like this all the time, and I'll have one coming up for you at the half. So if you are looking to stay informed on everything in the Cleveland market, and especially find out what deals I have available, make sure you like and subscribe below.